Oh, and does Moses.
Hasn't he?
Yeah, he's calling you out a little bit.
I mean, here's the thing. He did a little Snickers gag the other day. You know, the tagline of "You're not you and you're hungry." That's been done before. We did that at E-League.
True.
So, I mean, you know, credit where that's due.
I did actually have a piece of criticism for you with regards to that whole thing.
To the glove thing?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
I noticed later that, and this is really rule one when it comes to the fisting, Moses. You're wearing a watch on that arm. That's just not going to work. So
it does kind of prevent you from going too deep, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
it stops you.
So just wanted to clear that up as well.
It's a safety thing.
Yeah, that's when you know.
It's the classic, you know, too much.
Oh God. Oh God. Well then, it's a good thing we only have chickens and fish on this map.
Let's get back to the Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike. Ooh, hello. That's not good.
That is definitely not good.
Well, someone's going to be calling the the bank, I would imagine.
What is happening? What is actually happening?
Speaking of fisted, someone's bank account is in trouble.
Well, Edward is going to land a nice shot as we try desperately to return to the world of Counter-Strike. Edward actually finding what this is out of control already. That's the bomb down. I don't think AVANGAR were really ready for that. They were thinking, okay, well, you know, we pushed and didn't get the kill, but now they're actually following us out of Banana. Electronic is weirdly the only one on the A-bomb side. Obviously, that three-man push towards Banana did sort of take a little bit away from them. This is, in every way possible, this is going to be a weird round, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of has to be. I don't even know what AVANGAR is quite ready to do here. They're going to come out of the boiler, and actually Edward and Zeus almost get caught, but that's 2 kills. And it's just going to be Buster who's left with the bomb, coming back towards the B bomb site. Simple's here with armor and a CZ, and I think I don't think he picked up that CZ. No, it's Zeus's. Okay, so Zeus dropped it over to him. So you have to at least appreciate that, even though it goes down. If you're like Navi, you're just saying, all right, let's give Simple every single tool to like have a good start to this game. Bomb at least gets planted, which is great, and actually is a chance to build upon that, but not much of one. Edward with 4 kills in the pistol round, highly aggressive for Navi. I think that must have been our observer's credit card information.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I hear a lot of laughter in the other room at the moment.
I did hear a lot of that. So hopefully they're all going to be fine. There are some classic examples of that on social media where someone like, you know, snaps a picture of their new credit card and says, "Oh, look, this great like custom credit card I got made."
Yeah, and it's like, well, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's working out well. Well, hopefully there's no damage done and everything will be fine. Second round coming up, and it will be only armor on Dima 6. So not too surprising, although we have seen some teams in this tournament that have started to sort of buy fully in the second round, even with the bomb plant, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, dropping the AK over, trying to catch him off guard. Flamey's under some pressure. The follow-up flashbang doesn't work, but neither does Flamey's UMP. And once again, it's only Electronic. He's over on top of the balcony. Everyone else has been stopped, though, due to Simple's aggression. He's got to fall away, and now the reinforcements have arrived. Now it just gets easy for Navi, and it's just Dimasic left. He had a very good map 1. I think he ended in something like 27 kills, something crazy like that, and he led the whole server, so fair play to him. But Navi here, a quick 2-0, and now the AKs are going to come out for AVANGAR.
Yeah, really early on against at least 2 MP9s. I suspect Zeus will be picking up a rifle. Indeed he will. M4A4. Are you still very bothered about the distinction between the M4A4 and the M4A1?
In what sense?
Do you care heavily if you have one or the other?
Personally, I do. I don't care if other people use.
No, all right.
I mean, I've never been able to do the M4A1.
No, me neither. But
I've gone less precision in my older days, Anders. I'm more of a broad strokes kind of guy. There's a good kill from Simple with the SMG. Edward fighting a bit too long. He's going to go down, but Simple's able to swap out for the rifle. Another Molotov comes in right to the smoke, and Simple going for more, but he's got to be careful with that jump. But he's also taken off the head of Buster, and all that's left is this follow-up play, and it's just non-stop action.
Yes, it is. They really don't slow down, although they have dropped the bomb, so eventually they're going to have to do something. Simple is running all the way into the middle. That seems like complete madness. He's just going to skip his way past Jame and get the kill on Chris, and that's just annoying, isn't it? James, not much of a chance here. 1 versus 2, but it's the health and the weapon that really does it. So
You've got to be feeling mighty useless if you're James at the moment with a Mac 10 and 13 HP. Especially because the bomb is dropped in mid. You know you're going to have to go to that, and you know the fights there are going to be long range. So he swaps out for an AK-47 at the very least, and I guess with 45 seconds on the clock, he can actually... I mean, he could go through... There's still a very small chance that he wins this round, but you could get creative and maybe try and find some lucky timing on Zeus and just take another weapon away. There's still an opportunity for this to be economically damaging for Na'Vi, even if you don't win the round.
yeah, they still seem quite convinced that he's going to be showing up from this angle and not the other one. So he's made his way all the way into library, and he's now just going to be able to look into the A-bomb site. 19 seconds, so I think that's such a low amount on the clock that it's probably not going to be possible regardless. Like, even if he got 1 kill, he wouldn't be able to pick up the bomb and plant it.
I think he should die here, though. You know, because he's not going to get bonus money, and his team isn't going to buy in the next round, so he's going to have this AK-47. That might affect him a little bit in the future. He can still get some kills, so I guess it's kind of like it turns into almost a tactical purchase. He does have a smoke and a flashbang that he can use, so there's some tools, but overall not a whole element of danger, and he's still stuck on just the $1,200 from the previous round. Krizen's going to invest a little bit, and actually they do half buy into this. Upgraded pistols coming out, light armor, some extra utility on Kaikert. He's got the flashbang. We'll see what they can do with this AVANGAR.
3 rounds in the beginning for the Na'Vi team. It'll be fun to see if they can continue on that path. That's a great shot from Buster.
Jesus.
We've seen it in the past, but taking down Simple with a deagle in middle against the AWP, that has got to feel great.
Well, if they go middle as well, there's another rifle that they can pick up, so more danger as Electronic swapped out. Actually, he dropped his gun far, far back, so never mind about that. There's no gun you can salvage.
What a smart detail, though.
Yeah. And now Na'Vi, I mean, even without a player, they can just sit far back, and there's no chance for a trade there. James can do nothing with that AK-47, and Na'Vi should be able to sustain from here. But again, it's about keeping guns alive on top of winning, and Electronic almost goes down. He's got to be careful. One more teammate falls on Rap side, but Flamey's holding it down from Small Pit. Demasik is next up for the peak. He's got an M4. There's still a chance here for AVANGAR.
Yeah, good shot there, taking down Flamey, but Zeus is so far up in the middle. They are actually thinking about it. There's some heads-up play coming out from Demasik. The timing,
oh my lord,
still gets it.
That's it. That's the round. Electronic's just going to grab the op and he's going to save it. There's no reason for him to go for this fight, for this retake at the B bomb site. He knows they're going to beat him there. They've somehow pulled it out of nothing. Even without the saved AK doing anything. It's all the pistols and picked up M4s. Great round from Demasik with those 2 kills.
I mean, especially that was just pure muscle memory, wasn't it, for Dima on that? Like, because he was looking for it, sure, but then he sort of like gave up on it, and that's exactly when Zeus peeks out. Still just snaps right on. Beautiful.
Well, yeah, we had some weirdness on Mirage. Getting some here on Inferno early on. That's kind of cool. Nice job from AVANGAR, even going for that 3rd round buy that doesn't work, but finding a way to win in the 4th. So, yeah, they're going to have plenty of money to invest, and if you're Na'Vi, I mean, you're going to buy around this AWP. You have like 1 or 2 players might be missing some things, but overall, it should be another strong buy for the defense as well, so they can return the favor pretty quickly as long as Electronic doesn't go down, and Demasik not even aware of the possibility. Just happy with the victory, jumping around, jumping for joy, and it's going to be 3-2-1, still in the favor of Na'Vi, but AVANGAR puts him on notice.
Yeah, it's one of those rounds where if you're Na'Vi like this, just no really good reason to be losing that round. You know, you look back on it, you think, come on, you know.
We're going to get a timeout as well from Na'Vi. Yeah, I mean, that might be like a stress timeout as well. We saw them looking flustered on Mirage at times throughout the map, and at the end they certainly didn't seem happy with their kind of level of performance on the map. And I think here maybe getting upset in this 4th round from just pistols, I think that's enough to just kind of tilt them into oblivion. And this is a team that's pretty susceptible to something like that.
Yeah, they do make things worse for themselves in that way. Although it's really easy when you're standing from the outside saying, you know, everyone should calm down, you know, just take it easy.
Everyone take a deep breath.
Oh.
Well, 3 M4s, a CZ on Zeus, and Simple with that AWP is what Na'Vi is going to bring into this round. They don't have a lot of utility, so I don't think they can actually fight for something like banana control, which is going to be awkward. They're going to send 3 players there. I think their plan is kind of to get simple set up at the car with the AWP, maybe try and peek down and just get 1 kill. But this standard Molotov we see thrown is going to prevent that from being too dangerous. He stands in the flames and, yeah, gets naded as well. That's not great.
No, that is not great. No, they can't even really run back and pick up the AWP either, so that was a nice 1-2 punch, wasn't it?
That was great. That was phenomenal. Obviously not if you're Na'Vi. Simple, because we see Oppers take that fight, right? They're willing to stand the flame for like 2-3 seconds to try and get that 1 kill, but obviously the nade just wrecks them. The Op is thrown away as well by AVANGAR. They already have 1, they don't need 2, and James waiting for the follow-up push. It's going to be a flashbang from Electronic. A 3rd player is rotated over here, but the timing is with them. Na'Vi getting picked apart in this round.
Yeah. James had his crosshair trained a little bit out from the wall, so kind of ready for even a wide swing if that was coming around the corner. Flamey, they have Molotovs, so if they check this corner with a Molotov, then that's just completely outplaying Na'Vi in this round, isn't it? Going to be falling back out. It looks like AVANGAR actually want to see if they can make their way back.
Ooh, you love this from Na'Vi though, don't you, Anders? Flamey rotating over. It's the desperation. Stack the B bomb site and hope they come here, and it's going to work out. AVANGAR's going right at it.
Oh, this might be very dangerous indeed. 3 men here. I mean, they are 5 coming in, but still, you've got to be careful. Nice shot from Quicker. Going to be taking down Electronic. Saw the boost coming, and Flamey and Edward, in spite of already being here, they realize by now there's really no way you can win this round. So, going to be backing out again, even in spite of the fact that they're getting the good read. That must be even more annoying, you know?
Right, and that's got to be tough. But if you're going to make that kind of a stand, if you're Na'Vi, you need to have 2 players actually inside the B bomb. So you can see you have 3 players there, but they're all isolated by the 1 smoke towards coffins, right? So you actually only have 1 player who's able to do anything to defend, to stop something. I mean, Flamey would just rotated over, so maybe didn't have the opportunity. But regardless, nice kills, nice opening, that Molotov nade combo, and even actually Krizen's here, he can stop this save. This would be huge. Any weapon they can take away is a benefit. Actually, he just backs off. Doesn't want to take the fight out of those holes. They're content to have 5 players survive and just build up a massive amount of money.
Such a good beginning for AVANGAR, which is, I mean, this is kind of a nice mirror of what was happening on Mirage, where Na'Vi won the pistol in the first 3 rounds, then AVANGAR won like 4 in a row, and they did it really impressively. So we all thought, okay, well, this could get out of control. Na'Vi took a timeout, and then they sort of came back in the game and did pretty well themselves. I'm wondering at this point if that's what we're seeing.
Well, we're gonna get a second timeout out of Na'Vi, real early on. This is 5 rounds in, and they've already used half of their allotted timeouts. So that's, I mean, read into it what you will, but it's just unusual to see this, especially considering this is a round where, I mean, they are buying up into it. So I guess it makes sense if you're gonna kind of force buy in this scenario as the CT side. This can have great implications for the rest of the half, because Na'Vi, now they've put themselves in a scenario where their economy could just be completely wrecked at all times, and that's not gonna be great. That's not ideal for a defense.
No, it's definitely not. I'm sorry. C-set 75s on Inferno, though, is a bit of a classic, and oh my god, what did we just see?
Well, that wasn't on the mainstream, so no one else got to witness it. We saw the magic.
Go back and watch this round at 1 minute and 35. I'm not even going to spoil it. Just do it and just enjoy it.
Watch Simple.
Yeah, just watch Simple.
Well, here we go. Players from AVANGAR up mid, they have bracket control, and they get this quickly, so now they can use a lot of utility to kind of create a safe space for themselves.
That was actually, I can't believe we didn't see that. That was incredible, Moses.
Now you just sound insane.
That was like just cocaine right to the brain, wasn't it? Unbelievable.
That's one description. Here we go. Flamey going to rotate back to the B-bomb, so they're going to have 3 players here again. And one more time, AVANGAR's heading right into it. This has happened a few times in this half already. They have all the utility they could possibly need. One smoke timing, though, like if Na'Vi gets a smoke out in this choke point as soon as this fades, when they see everything coming over, this can be so dangerous. They're going to be in front of it, they're going to get past it, and they're Simple, running into the flames, but then backing off, and they at least have Edward here, but no one else, and that nade is going to flush him into the open. What a touchdown from Buster. Nice heads-up play. And the B-bomb set is lost. Once again, Na'Vi has it stacked, but just can do nothing about this hit.
I mean, the desk did warn about these B hits, but more in the sort of context of you know, Na'Vi know it's coming, and AVANGAR maybe don't have much more than the B hit, but the B hit's working great right now. Na'Vi don't know how to stop it, and they also don't have the weapons for it. Simple. At least they can pick up the rifles and run away with it, but man, this is a great start.
It's just the disparity in utility for AVANGAR and that B hit is so huge. There's no counter Molotov, there's no counter flashbangs to slow it down, and Edward's taking a fight before his teammate boosted up can really see anything. And I mean, you kind of do want to hold that angle from that corner, but it's tough. It's not an actual crossfire setup whatsoever. So again, a stack for Na'Vi, but one more time, the numbers that they have, the manpower they have, can't be fully utilized.
Well, they need to find a solution to this problem. But I mean, the problem is there might not be a solution until they can get the grenades. So,
well, now you just need to save. Now you've challenged, you've fought for some early economic control. You tried to be a little bit cheeky in that previous round. I mean, you do have, everyone has CZs, the M4 and electronic. You have Zeus who rebought armor, or I mean, Simple who rebought armor into this round. So you have some things. And they're already up mid, and Flamey is pinned down at the pillar. He's not long for the world. There's a push towards Boiler. Zeus could do so much. There's the headshot. There's the bomb down. And there's Kykert evening things up, and same with Demasik. So danger eliminated.
Yeah, good idea. Good call for the push there on Zeus. Not enough to change the round all that much. Simple and Edward just have to try and see if they can do some more damage, steal a gun, especially Simple with the buy-up. He's got like $1,000 left in the bank right now, so that will make a difference. And Edward will get one. Can he steal the AK? I'd say just run at this point.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen AVANGAR chase some of these weapons down in a few of these rounds. They all have over 6K, well, except for Krisen, who's at 2,000, but they've got plenty of money to be able to drop and rebuy guns, but not fully eliminating Na'Vi at any one point. Seike is going to help out a lot. Losing bonus building up. It's about to be at 4 rounds. Should be a very solid buy for Na'Vi, but like you said, with Simple at 1,000, if he'll need an AWP dropped over to him, and I think that's the real benefit of Edward with his AK-47. He can drop the op and still have a rifle for free. So,
but Zeus did it. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but
they're going for a double op.
Wow.
They're getting crazy, Anders. We're getting real wild early on in this map. AVANGAR with a 4-3 lead. It's been 4 straight. They have done a phenomenal job, and all of a sudden they're inching to the point where they're going to be content with, whatever they can get out of this half, with whatever they have already. Maybe one more round and they're just going to be happy.
Let's see if they can find a way to shut down that double AWP setup. Molotov and a little bit forward. Not really going to spread far enough to hit Kickett, so he's going to stick around at the bottom of Banana instead. The other AWP, one of them obviously on Simple on that side. The other on Flamey, who's playing over towards the quad side. And they are just, again, getting this top Banana control without too much of an investment, although they have spent a couple of grenades here. AVANGAR, they're a little bit low.
They had to do it that round because they knew an op could be back on the board. Flamey's going to be challenged. He's completely blind, though, and he's eliminated. No backup there. No one to slow down this pressure. Krisen right through the pillar where he played the previous round. That's going to force a rotation. Simple's come back to wrap side with the AWP from CT spawn. AVANGAR, looks like they want to attack from this position. They're going to have to get past Simple. They're going to have to smoke off something. They got one on Buster, one on Kykert, and if they go dry here, if they don't do anything about this, the timing, that's heartbreaking, but actually they're going to slow walk it. James is just going to challenge. There's Zeus with a kill onto Buster. The bomb is still coming out of halls, but the defense is holding. The defense is doing so well, but it can only do that for so long. A 3-on-2, the bomb will get planted. A nice take from AVANGAR despite some losses.
The timing on some of these pushes are just so great. I mean, when the fight's happening, the fact that Kickett can come jumping out of the apartments right into pit to catch electronic, and they get Simple right at the end. So this is a catastrophe for Na'Vi right now.
I have to feel a little bit heartbroken for Simple there, watching that exact angle and turning just as they start walking up. That was a huge benefit.
It's the Counter-Strike Classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Edward's going to get 1 kill, consolation prize before he backs away, and actually you could see Kykert's actually flanking all the way through the B bomb site. He wants to chase this gun down, but Edward Wants an AWP, so he's sticking around close enough. I don't know if Kykert will find him. And yes, he will. Edward backs up right into it. So no save for Na'Vi, 5-3 for AVANGAR. And it's going to have to be another, forced buy, half-buy situation for Natus Vincere.
Are you the sort of player, Moses, that if you're holding an angle like that, and you're holding it for a long time, and just when you're on scope, that's when they peek and kill you? Can you save your teammates from one of those size or one of those? That's so lucky. Can you keep it to yourself, or do you broadcast to the rest of the team so everyone gets really upset?
Keep it to myself, baby. Internalize that anger. Don't actually do that. It's a terrible idea. But yeah, no, I was, everyone kind of knows. I used to play with my brother.
Yes.
And my brother was at the time Taekwondo Junior Olympic champion. So if I ever did something like that, he would just kick my ass.
That's badass.
Yeah, he would just destroy me. So I've been trained from a young age not to do stupid things like that.
I know that's a good story. I like that story.
Yeah.
Really explains a lot about you, Moses. 9 rounds in, and it's not looking very good at all for Na'Vi, losing 5 in a row. I could imagine if they lost a pistol round 2, this would be a landslide.
They're about to lose 6, and here's the wild thing is these have all been plants. I mean, Navi's never really been able to stop them from getting into the bomb site. They've just AVANGAR's gotten in every single time, got the bomb down, and Navi's had to give up so many rounds because they don't even have a chance to fight for him, which is just crazy. Some nice deagle shots here at the end for Simple and Flamey, but they are going to want to hunt this gun down if he can find one. There it is. He's going to challenge. He knows they're going to come for this gun, so he wants to challenge a little bit to keep him at bay.
They've done a pretty good job. I mean, they've locked him in. Dima6 already making sure he's not exited Banana in any weird way. And now the rest can sort of follow it up a bit, try and see if they can get closer and catch him in any kind of weird position. And he's just waiting for a long time back here. I guess it's alright, but yeah, Dima6 is going to start moving up as well. So I was wondering about that, if he was just going to play contain down there.
I feel like one of the elements of the frustration that we're seemingly seeing out of Na'Vi has to be, it's like a weird vicious circle where it's almost like, I don't know if it's caused by or it is causing, but they need to do a better job on the CT side of having multiple players at the point of contact, right? Like they've had a couple times where someone's been picked off at the B bomb site, no chance of a response. Flamey's died twice on quad side of mid with no real teammate there to help out, and they need to do a better job of making sure if AVANGAR is going to try and get map control, you need to be able to have, your aggressors on the defense need to be 2 people, at least. They need to get going, Anders. If they can't win this round, this might just spiral out of control. Molotov nade combination again. 3 players here. Gonna run right through. James can't hit the blind shot, and he's the only one. This is the aggression you like to see. A team kill and 1 frag for Edward. A 2-man advantage.
That's when you know there was a bit of chaos going on, and Banana just ended up shooting your friends. He would have died anyway, but, still never a good look. And Na'Vi now, I mean, upside is they've got the 2 opening frags. If they can't win this 5 versus 3, though, then I think that's when you get to a point where it's hard to convince yourself after that you're going to be able to sort of turn it around. Like, that's too much. Too much.
You absolutely cannot lose this if you're Na'Vi, especially considering you have 5 players alive. You can sustain a lot of your economy off of this win if you're just able to keep as many alive as possible. So all you have to do here is avoid disaster. Easier said than done at times. Zeus is going to be the first challenge, and there's this off angle. We've seen this be pretty dirty, and he spots the body, continues the spray, but cannot find that kill onto Crizzen. There's still Simple, and there's still Electronic in the pit. Even Flamey has rotated over towards Arch side. And they're going to go right at Simple's AWP.
They've got a good situation going right now here with the A defense. Flamey is going to be close by. Simple does go down, and next is Electronic. Oh no, how has it spiraled this out of control? Now it's a 2-on-2 with the bomb down. That smoke is a little bit incomplete, so Flamey had a chance to maybe catch them, but they're going to re-smoke it once again, and I can't believe what we're witnessing right now. Crizzen and Buster trying to see if they can completely break Na'Vi's spine in this round. Going to be a deep Molotov to try and force somebody out, but Nobody's actually on the site right now. Crimson down in the pit. Buster playing that graveyard position. That's so powerful. That's another kill. And Flamey knows there's almost no chance. He's just out of time. Has to back it up. He's going to get one great headshot, but Buster can just play for time right now. He's already got the triple kill, and he's going to get the fourth as well. What an incredible turnaround. And surely that's it. What did Na'Vi do to come back now?
That's not even breaking the spine of Na'Vi. That's like the Sub-Zero rip the spine clean out of the body. That's like the fatality.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that Na'Vi just managed to lose that. Was that a 2 versus 5 when the kill started? A 3 versus 5, and one frag was traded for Zeus on Rap side, but missed shot from Simple, stunning shot from Buster, and the follow-up as well onto Electronic in the pit. That's incredible. You mentioned him in the last map as a player that was very, very fun to watch back in January at the E-League Major, and he's showing off a little bit here. He's showing why. This is a great performance from him to essentially put his team in the complete driver's seat of this game.
Well, this round got off to a really quick start. And Edward wins a couple of fights down at the banana position. Zeus even going to be pushing up a bit more. Got to be careful. Don't want to go down through the smoke, and that could have happened. Simple's going to be dropped by Crimson. 3 versus 3 from a 3 versus 4. And again, but the problem is when you lose a 3 versus 5 like that, it is, like I said, very hard to convince yourself that any amount of advantage is gonna actually get you the win.
I mean, Edward gets another double kill this round to really start things out for Na'Vi, and he's got to be thinking in his head, surely we don't lose 2 rounds in a row where I find 2 frags early on. And they might. There's no one at this B bomb site. It's going to be a timing feel for when Zeus gets back and really be able to make it all the way to the site. Electronic starting to get aggressive on the other side of the map, which is good. He's trying to be proactive to find information. He sees nothing, hears nothing. Allows Edward to rotate over and back up Zeus. Molotov comes out. 30 seconds on the clock, and they're going to have to wait for the flames to disappear. And here comes just a full-blown hit. Molotov's into the site. Zeus goes for the peek. Can't land the shot. Might be feeling another disaster building, Anders.
Definitely feels like it, and you can see the mistakes happening on Na'Vi now as well. They actually had that first Molotov down, but Edward had another one, I think, or was it Flamey? Regardless, they had another Molotov sort of ready, so they could have bought. They kind of bought even more time, but Zeus peeked behind it. Alone, they're just.
There's been a couple times it feels where Na'Vi, you have that read towards the B bomb site, but there's no one actually in the site, right? Like Zeus has to come through a smoke in that CT choke point. Edward has to come through the smoke back towards coffins. No one's actually being assertive and confident enough to get into the site before the hit comes in. And AVANGAR is just battering down this B bomb site. 8-3. And it's been 8 in a row.
It has been 8 in a row. I think James is a little bit sad that he threw away the AK, so now he's stuck with the M4. He sort of tossed it over the side, so that's where they were trying to get it back. Made that regret throw. Obviously, we end up talking a lot about how Na'Vi are just sort of messing this up for themselves, but it's still, I mean, it was a delight, and we talked about this on the first map. Still a delight to watch AVANGAR do their work. I like the lack of sort of any hesitation when they make these calls. Like, they just seem very, very in tune with everything they're doing. There doesn't seem to be anyone who's questioning anything at this point. They're just all doing it, the whole thing as a team.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to make assumptions off, Na'Vi's mindset and kind of some of the frustration that it looks like they're feeling, it's the complete opposite for AVANGAR. And I mean, it usually is easier for the underdogs to kind of have that unified mindset, as when, being the underdog kind of helps to make you have that one singular purpose. But I mean, they're playing really well together. Confidence. I mean, the 3-on-5 that was won, the 2-on-5 that was won. Communication there, and just taking it step by step, not trying to do too much, and even in situations just straight up out-dueling a lot of these Na'Vi players. Just heads-up fights being won. Oh, we've got it again, almost.
I hope people go back and find that clip from the round that we were talking about, because otherwise it does seem a little bit out of context. Buster alone, sneaking up Banana, trying to see if he could find something. You're not going to find anyone at the first corner. And it's fine though. I mean, just keeping an eye on it, making sure that the CTs don't have it can be enough.
As long as he doesn't go too far, because that second corner has Simple with an AWP on the other side. Electronic has the other rifle. It's an M4. Here's a flash, trying to bait out a shot. It's not going to happen. And there's the smoke. Simple, of course, gets in front of it. It's just his time to take over. He's had enough. Kykert goes down, and now some aggression towards brackets. Jame helping to cover Demasic, and Krizen getting some standing in holes. And there's Demasic, a nice timing onto Zeus, finds that kill, and Electronic's not even able to trade from pit, so there's pressure all across the map from AVANGAR. That's some nice damage onto Buster. But back to the B-bomb site we go, and AVANGAR has been able to have this whenever they've wanted it.
Yeah, every single time. And the only other person here to defend is Edward, with just a CSAT, no flashbangs, no nothing to try and stop them. Going through the smoke. Is he going to find the right timing? He gets one at least. It could have been great with a double kill, but still not bad at all for him. Now Simple, can he hold the line until they actually show up? 18 seconds on the clock. They're getting very close. He's going to get one more kill before Jame finally takes him down and goes straight for the bomb plant. Demasic holding Banana in the meantime. That smoke here is going to be great to block off Demasic a little bit. That will be a little bit annoying. Jame peeking once without connecting with the bullet. Second time. Going to have to hit a shot very soon. Although Demasic is getting close to helping him out. So not completely out of the fight either. They have a kit on Electronic. Na'Vi, they need this round absolutely desperately. They get the one kill and they follow it up. Flamey with a good double in the end. And there's Electronic finding the bomb. So after losing 8 rounds in a row, they finally pick up 1 round here on the CT side.
Didn't even feel like they were going to get that one either. I thought Jame was doing a fine job delaying and just kind of buying time and freezing them out in the open. Unfortunately, his teammate in Banana can't get anything done with that AK-47 before he goes down. 8-4. Na'Vi just barely scratched this round in their favor. I think Simple got, what, 3 kills in it, I believe? That's a well-done round from him. And one more finally right there before he goes down. But Na'Vi need to build. They need to get to 7 like this. And you can see Simple's just, he wants to take over this game. Within reason, though. There's Edward with a push. He's going to go down. A lot of utility being used, and Buster is here. Flamey cannot be peeking this corner. He's going to go right through it. Actually, he's a little bit blind, and he comes through, and Zeus is waiting on the other side. That is a nice equalizer. Buster picks up the aggression, and he's punished for it.
Important return frags happening at this point for Na'Vi. Can't let AVANGAR get away with some of these early hits towards Banana and just escape. Looks like we might have a big explosion coming out of the apartments. Simple might get caught with the AWP down on the low ground. They might just be right on top of him. They've heard it being fired. Yeah, Krizen wants to follow it, but Electronic, that's a great save. I think they actually went on that based on the AWP shot. They were thinking, we can catch him right now.
Yeah, this flashbangs unfortunately didn't do anything, and that one does. Flamey with the peek, he's got to be careful. Going to disappear back into the smoke. It's a 3-on-4. Zeus is going to start pushing Banana. There's 45 seconds left on the clock. They've got plenty of time to recover in this situation. Jame waiting for the follow-up aggression. Simple might walk right into it. Who's going to win that op duel? That would be huge, and it's going to be Jame. That is a nice find. Simple wanted the information. What does Zeus do? He does have a Molotov, but he's going to get caught in the open here as that smoke fades. Yeah, that Molotov goes too deep, though. That's not going to delay anything. They're already in front of it, and he can't get away. He has to win this fight. He gets the first one. Kykert, 38 HP. Goes down as well, so Zeus has saved it. Jame is the last one left, and far away from the bomb, far away from any part of the map that could be useful in no time. So, second round in a row for Na'Vi.
If he didn't save it, I think there would have been some infighting going on the Na'Vi team, because, I mean, fair play, maybe he didn't know exactly how close they were, but the fact that that Molotov went too far, that obviously could have been an absolute disaster.
Went way too far. Wasn't even close. So yeah, but nice kills from Zeus either way. I mean, the understanding as well that you realize, I think he realized that Molotov went too far, and he was just like, all right, well, I can't get away. Just got to fight. You could see that there, I mean, Na'Vi players are almost feels like they're trying to do a little bit too much at times. Like, Simple that push.
Yeah. Well, that's where it looks like the team structure is sort of broken down a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The confidence in the preparation they've done seems to have evaporated a slight bit, and now it's just like, I mean, I wouldn't want to play Na'Vi in a matchmaking game. I'm sure that'd still be pretty difficult, but but obviously they've got to not get to that level.
Problem is, off the back of what, 8 rounds in a row for AVANGAR, they've got they've got plenty of money. They have another buy after this, and if they keep getting plants and the losing bonus builds up, they'll pretty much buy for the rest of this half. So here we go. More aggression in Banana, a lot of utility being exchanged. Kaikert burns down to about half HP. There's plenty of people here. Nice utility. Flamey and Edward combined, and that's Kaikert down. He's been beaten up and right through the smoke. Edward is starting to do a very good job here in Banana. Ever since they've decided to kind of be aggressive and take matters into their own hands, Edward has delivered in a big way to keep map control for them on this side of the map.
Yeah, that is huge once again. Zeus does get caught completely off guard. The timing is so good for Demonsic. And yeah, he's going to wrap around. They've already lost 1 5 versus 3 Moses. Surely not another one.
Fair play to Zeus. You're never going to expect anyone to wide peek like that through a smoke on Rap side with no nades. AVANGAR playing a little bit crazy. And just helping them, and ooh, that's a good find from Electronic. Demonsic was creeping in. Edward's got an off angle and a vertical angle for James to find. I don't think he will expect this.
He's just waiting, and James is right there. And you're absolutely right. He did not expect it whatsoever. Flamey will take down the last player.
We hear it all the time, and I know specifically in this event about AVANGAR, talking to some of the other players and coaches of some of these other teams, and it, it extends not only to AVANGAR but to guys like AGO. These kind of teams we don't see too frequently at these tournaments.
Yeah.
The big difficulty that a lot of top teams have in playing them is that everyone else, when you play against an Astralis and you play against a FaZe, yeah, they're very good, but you know their playstyle. You kind of know what to expect in your head. Against these teams, they don't really have that same idea, so it gets dangerous. They get caught off guard a little bit more than you'd expect. Now this one, we also kind of build this as the CIS Derby, so certain degree you should kind of have that knowledge, you would imagine. They did talk about in the pregame interviews that they've played each other a number of times. They do some practice against each other, so that knowledge would be better to have. Simple's going to open up. Zeus waiting patiently for Kaikert, but that angle is spotted.
Yeah, instantly taken out. Still a 4-on-4, but Simple and Electronic both very close to each other. Simple actually moving all the way in. That's a little bit dangerous. The smoke is going to fade, and they're going to come back around the corner. Simple ready, but the instant return as well. That leaves Electronic alone in the pit. And Edward is starting to make his way over, but he's going to have to come up with something big here, Electronic. They have a Molotov for him, and I think Quicket is just setting it up, so he's going to have to move. No, the smoke actually saves him, and he goes for the spray. Almost able to get the kill. Edward there with a save. Big double coming in from Edward, just as Electronic was about to go down. Now it's all on Demonsic. 1 versus 2 here. Going to put one grenade down, but an HE would have been the real treat. And now walking back, Flamey is right there, pulls out the gun in time and going to be able to get the kill. That's 8-7. Na'Vi making a big 4-round recovery towards the end.
Yeah, that was huge and it was much needed. 7-8, so nice enough from Na'Vi. We're going to go to a break. When we return, we'll see the conclusion of Map 2.
You look really comfortable.
That's my kind of. Those are my kind of tunes.
Yeah.
Not this rap, this hip hop, as you kids call it.
All right, none of that.
No.
I don't listen to that anymore either. not since all the old school has gone away.
Yeah, there's the old school rap, the originals.
Yeah.
Like who? Give me a name.
It's like, the old Wu-Tang stuff, Forte, Tupac, that sort of stuff. None of this new stuff. Can't deal with it.
Vanilla Ice.
I can only listen to people rap about how rich they are for so long. Like, it's fine if you have like 3 songs on an album that's about how rich you are. That's fine. That's okay with me.
When you've already established that you have like $100 million, it doesn't get any exciting.
It can't be 10 out of 10 songs. It's just not. It's not reasonable, is it? Well, Sick trying to see if he can maybe find a long-range shot, and he is actually being forward Edward with the P250 on the other side. Quite happy to take that fight with the USP. So he was hoping for that fight.
Fair play to challenge as well. Kept up that fight, and it was against a P250. That could have been dangerous. Edward and Simple both with P250, so you imagine they're going to let those guys, fight a little and challenge. Zeus does not have a smoke. He only has the flashbang. So you almost need to get a pick with one of these P250s. You're not going to have the ability to smoke off one of the choke points. If you go towards B, can't smoke off coffins or CT spawn. If you go towards A, you can't really smoke off wrap side so that you can hit lane. So P250s have to ring out at some point. But Na'Vi, after being spread across the map, small presence all over the place, patiently now marching their way towards the end of halls, and this will be, what do we call it? The waterfall into the pit.
Yeah, we do call it that. Zeus is there with a flashbang. That's going to go all the way over the building. That is really the big tell. Let's see if it's going to work or not. Dima's in a position. They might get flashed just a little bit, but no, Sick is not going to be flashed all the way, so can still put up a bit of a fight. And Na'Vi, you're really meant to jump out there, not just meant to wait up there. Simple does get one great shot in on James, and Krisen is there to pick up a couple of kills before he goes down. Kickit will get one more. In fact, then the bomb is down on the ground. Electronic in a lot of trouble, and he's going to get shut down.
Why didn't they do the strategy? Why didn't they do the tactic, Anders? Why did no one come out of halls with that flashbang? They spent so much time bottlenecked there.
Who is that first ass that just stopped in the... Can we get a rewind and...
We need to shame that man for the good of the entire community.
Yeah, someone running to buy him a potato right now that he can carry around his neck for the rest of the tournament. Because
you are the potato.
You are officially the potato.
I would imagine, and I don't want to call him out without being right, but if I had to guess, I would say it had to be one of the players of the P250s. Because you obviously want to stop and take those fights at range if you're the P250, right? It's the Glocks that you want to be leading the way. But either way, that is just a disorganized mess. They don't follow the tactic at all. And by the time they do eventually decide to jump out, they're like the flank is already in. There's a player from the B bomb site who's already made it up to bracket. So a very, very poor start to this second half.
So Moses, the sooner we stop thinking about it, the sooner the headache will go away. So it's just...
I don't want to forget about it, though. I think that round needs to just be highlighted.
What?
And emphasized. That's like used in like a class textbook to say this is the worst thing possible.
Yeah. Whatever it is you do, just don't do this.
Oh god, Flamey pressing the envelope, and he's going to get taken down. He was almost out of bullets as well. He had his chance.
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah, he'll probably be kicking himself for that, because he did have the chance to find that frag. Kaikart's got the read. He's gonna hustle over towards this B bomb site. Buster is waiting. Buster's got smoke and nade. Hasn't used either one of them, or the flashbang as well. So no delays, but there's no utility on the other side for Na'Vi, and now they're just going to start running in, and Kaikart's going to be the first piece of contact, and I think Buster will just swing on it.
Well, just a little bit of a distraction. Down to 28 seconds. They're actually going to make their way back, which they can do. It takes about 17 seconds to get to that A-bomb site. Simple up in the apartments, calling it in and saying, you know what, maybe I can make our way out here. I haven't seen anyone for a while. Maybe it's possible. Doesn't realize there's still a big crossfire set up here. Quite a nice defense for AVANGAR. That UMP doing everything that it needed to do. Simple getting caught in midair, but he's also run out of times. Even with the kill, he can't win the round. And in fact, now he needs to die, like right now. Oh god, he actually goes for more fights. This is so dangerous. I mean...
It is simple.
Yeah, I guess...
But yeah, you're right. You almost feel like you did need to die there. He doesn't, so at least, there is that. He at least gets Spring the Armor and the Deagle into the next round. 10-7, AVANGAR have the lead. And building on it as well. It's so weird, this Na'Vi, night and day from just some of the performances they've had earlier in the tournament.
Yeah. It's upsetting because when we see the really cool version of Na'Vi, we're all just loving it. But then when we see this version, we're like, oh, like, come on. Must say, I am still very much enjoying watching AVANGAR play. I just,
Yes.
you know.
Well, just with a lot of confidence,
Yeah,
obviously.
can't they move all of their players to NA or Europe and just play full time in some of those circuits?
I feel like there'd be some visa complications with that. At least for, my country.
I'm sure we can make it work, Moses.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All right.
get the right people on it.
Make a phone call?
Make a phone call.
Yeah.
You have those connections, don't you?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
James, spotting for them to come up mid, and actually AVANGAR have misrotated themselves out of position. Full investment in this round from Na'Vi again. They followed it up. This is going to be a deadly hit, and with only 2 players here, Krizen better be a stud this round. Flamey is going to be a free kill. They now know where he is. 2 players in the bomb site. There's James. He can't get anything done. He finds 1 kill, but it's just not enough. Equal trades. And because of that 3rd player rotated over towards the B bomb site, I don't think they can get back into this round. I don't know. They might be able to. They've got 1 flashbang. They all have kits. Problem is, 2 of them have SMGs.
It is slightly disastrous when you end up retaking with all of the SMGs and the FAMAS there. That's not going to feel all that great for AVANGAR. See, Na'Vi, they've been given a bit of a gift here. Can they actually also capitalize on it? Simple going to get 1 and another one with the Deagle. Doing fantastic work at the moment. They're almost going to be able to do it, but he'll get taken down by Electronic. So a good round from Na'Vi. And, I mean, yeah, I guess a lesson in what happens if you... Like, they got all the way up to quad without getting discovered, right?
Right. And, I mean, it's obviously it looks good if they rotate that 3rd person over towards the B bomb site and Na'Vi hits B. But when you rotate that person over without the kind of information, and as well, you have to imagine if you're AVANGAR, I'm not quite sure what the logic behind cheating a 3rd player over towards B in a 5-on-5 is, just because... In that kind of a round, they can only have pistols. Even if they upgrade everything, it's only going to be pistols. It's not going to be the AKs, and you have your standard defense at that bomb site already. Just have some faith that the 2 players can hold it. Instead, they get overrun at the A bomb site. Just an equal trade across the board, and it's AVANGAR's turn to be on pistols, and Zeus almost gets his head taken off. And
look who has the 1 Molotov, or the 1 flashbang, Moses. This is quick at picking it up with...
Our boy Kickert. Oh, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah. That skybox is so low in the B bomb site. Easy to bounce grenades off. There are some places where you wish it was, like B bomb site on cobblestone, where you can't really sort of like reach the skybox to toss grenades over the wall. But
I mean, who cares about cobblestone at this point?
It's true. Good riddance.
Yeah, I think we're all happy. We're all happy. That flashbang's still not used towards the B bomb site. They were hoping to hear some noise or some indication.
They shoot simple.
Yeah, and I think he just, looked at his minimap and just called someone an idiot. Idiots.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, AVANGAR have got no really good reason to give themselves up and sort of give... I mean, it's just going to be like $300 bonus for every kill, but still...
Electronic has the Mac 10, so
yeah,
I imagine he'll just go run it and see what happens.
Yeah, I might be able to make it happen. Molotov is going to be forcing Buster out, and they are actually going to be found. 1 at a time, it seems. Hiding inside the smoke. Krizen, can he get the knife? Oh, he really wanted it. He just...
I feel like he earned it.
Yeah, he did. He just couldn't get that jump up in time. That's such a cool idea. Hiding inside the smoke as well. I like that. 10-9, and still not enough money here for AVANGAR to really have a serious buy. So instead, they're going to even it out a bit. We haven't seen anyone go for like the quad grenade, bombardment down the middle for a while.
I mean, Na'Vi did spend most of that half just without any money whatsoever.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Which also, I guess, can just attest maybe you just go for it. You just buy the nades instead. Not working. I mean, teams have gotten very good at avoiding it, and really the only time you see it work is a lapse in focus from the T team. And actually, look at this aggression in Hall's Flame. He's in some trouble. He gets nothing. And actually, Edward's going to find both of them, as Demasik had run out of ammunition and his teammate had died. So Simple going to find the gap in the defense, make it look easy. Nice headshot onto Kaikert, and Buster is going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. That is Simple and Electronic. Which one do you fight? Ooh, hello.
That's a good-looking headshot, isn't it?
That was a very good-looking headshot.
Can't follow it up. They get 2 kills. A little bit of danger over the A apartments in the beginning, but ultimately they will make it through. That's the scoreline, tied up at 10-10. And now double orb in the hands of AVANGAR, so maybe that will be the key to victory. I actually would love at this point if they could bring us a third map. I really just want to see them play more, so...
Do you remember what the third map is?
Of course I don't. I was woken up, you know.
Rudely to do your job.
Yeah, somebody calls it and says, we're paying you money. Do you think any chance you could
show up?
You actually come here and do it.
Third map would be Overpass. That would be exciting. And certainly if with this Na'Vi, they're looking very susceptible to an upset at the moment, aren't they? We've seen some scary signs out of this squad, so they obviously just want to close this out, go home for the rest of the day, relax, and figure out exactly what's going wrong. That might be part of it. Opening gambit by Na'Vi is an Electronic dry peek into the B bomb site.
Yeah, that can catch people way off guard, so it's not as crazy as it seems, but
yeah,
this time it does not work out. Now AVANGAR, now man up. What's the Na'Vi economy like in case they lose this round? I wonder.
That's fine.
They can buy.
Yeah, Edward's got 7,200 he can drop. Zeus has 6,100 he could drop as well. So yeah, they're going to be all right. And at the moment they've found it. They found a real soft bomb site, haven't they? Buster is the only defender here with the AWP.
Yeah, it is Buster though. He's been playing pretty well. Got that AWP. All he needs is 1 or 2 shots and then fall back and buy a little bit of time. Flashbang is going to be in. He's going to get smoked off, and he does not even want to stick around for a second try. Just instantly giving it up and hoping that they can get a retake in time. There should be a quick bomb plant here for Na'Vi without too much messing around. They've pretty much checked the bomb side. Buster, no timing there. They are actually planning where he could maybe get the kill. It's unbelievably close, isn't it? Still a 4-on-5 now. They're all retaking from the same angle, and Simple will have called in by now saying there is not anyone coming up banana, so I don't know if they can do this right now. They only have 1 Molotov and a flashbang, so if they don't get a kill in the next couple of seconds, they should just turn around and give this one up. Even all of that, Edward, great double kill for him. That's so smooth with the M4. It's still a 2-on-2, and so much time has already run out of that clock. Krisen's gone down, and Buster trying. Simple going to be there with the refrag. Around the corner he goes. And that little save is going to be huge. Now, yeah, there's nothing Demasik can do. Has to fall back out of line, and Simple actually wants to hunt him. This is so greedy. Simple dies with the bomb, but Na'Vi win the round.
He realized at a certain point that even if you ran down Banana, he was still going to blow up with the bomb, so went for the kill, but it was a little late in the day for him to turn that corner. Nice take from Na'Vi. Again, just another questionable rotation from AVANGAR. I mean, these are the things that they'll want to look at. You think that round, they cheat a third player over towards the B bomb site and they lose at A. This time they cheat a player over towards the A bomb site and lose at B, especially with a man advantage. And the first time they do it is they're facing up against upgraded pistols. This time it's a 5-on-4 and they kind of cheat someone away. And I think you have to look at that and say at a certain point, you have to be able to have faith in each of the bomb sites, just standard defenses. You can't always cheat or rotate. Nice nade, and I think this might slow Na'Vi down, at least for a moment. They're throwing everything they have. But actually, AVANGAR's done a good job of just stopping it. That is actually a really, really nice hold from AVANGAR to prevent the fast-paced attack. But again, they're cheating a 4th player towards A.
Yeah, bit of a shame, I guess, especially now that Buster's gone down. They're going to be like, oh, well, they can save the AWP. That's the good news.
Yeah. Krisen and Demasik have armor. Demasik has a kit. They have smokes, so they can bring all that into the next round that they'll be able to utilize. So not the worst thing in the world if they can keep all these people alive. They won't have to rebuy any of that kind of stuff. So it'll be 10-12, and all of a sudden AVANGAR's CT side is looking a bit flustered, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I mean, they might be falling into the same kind of position that Navi were, and that was the one excuse that we could sort of make for them, was that they did spend an awful lot of time without really any money in the bank. And that does hurt. There were so many rounds where Navi sort of saved one rifle, then they bought like some C-sets and some armor, and like, you know, it was like, there's never that solid decision to say, let's just double save, get everything, get back on track. Maybe that's what we have to look for AVANGAR. Can they do that? It is kind of tricky, like, I think, was it Threat when he was coaching Nip?
Yes.
That had this point of saying, well, if you don't hunt for the weapons, then they keep getting tricked into sort of half buying all the way through.
And it just makes everything easier.
Yeah. That's an interesting theory. Obviously, Threat's a genius, so I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, it is a really cool theory, and I think there's some truth to it. There's a lot of truth to it. Regardless, I mean, if you lose 8 rounds in a row on your CT side, you imagine there'd be a couple rounds in there where you just full save and say, you know what, let's get everything. That's why it was such a curious decision when we saw Na'Vi kind of do one of those early force buys on their CT side. I think it was round 4 or 5 when they did kind of fully invest with just pistols, and it's like, no, just, you know, it's still early on. Don't put yourself into a disaster scenario. They were able to scrape themselves out of the hole. Soft shot, he tags James. That hurts. Down to 14 HP to start this round.
The first one was right behind his head, and then that's not a good way to get started. I guess he has the AWP, so maybe he can
hold
try
an
and play
angle.
it safe. Yeah.
Banana control does go over to Na'Vi, though, and they have control of these A-halls as well. It's Simple alone with the bomb and the op. Stuck behind a smoke in mid. There's a gap on the right side. That is actually a very poorly thrown smoke.
See if James could do anything. Left alive after the first wall bang. Simple on the other side. He might be able to win this fight. Jamie's done it very many times before, in fact, against Simple. Had a good record so far. Does see it, and the timing is so perfect. Zeus wanted to run him down, but just wasn't really able to, and Simple is going to be furious, especially if he watches the replay and sees that he actually hit the shot first time around. Cricket now coming into it. Zeus is right there, and that must obviously be a GoTV situation where Zeus couldn't see what we saw. 3 on 4 now as Edward goes down. It's Electronic and Flamey left. Can they bring it back right at the edge?
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
James just walked right into the flames. Crizzen is going to hold on. How has he done this? Flamey needs to drop down, but he's stuck in the smoke, and here it comes. It should be an easy one for Crizzen. Okay, so James blunder, didn't end up biting them. Nice hold from Pit. Double Pit setup as well for AVANGAR. That was really good.
Yeah. That could have been disastrous, maybe. You saw a moment there where Crizzen was sort of wildly spraying, expecting the drop to come a little bit earlier. Back to double up though, and there is one on Simple as well. He's got 19 kills together with Edward on the Na'Vi side, just doing a fine job.
Yeah, Edward, I mean, primarily on that CT side, he was very instrumental into their comeback and even had some good rounds in the ones they lost. But his kind of aggression and Banana really turned that first half, allowed them to get those last 4 of that half.
They keep cheating. Kick it over here.
Yeah, AVANGAR doesn't like to play even, play fair. They want to get that extra player at each of these bomb sites. So this time it's going to work out. He does arrive in time, and especially because that opening pick happens. I think Na'Vi was doing this fast pace to try and beat that kind of rotation back, and it hasn't worked. There's not as many players in pit this round. In fact, there's 0. So those Molotovs don't actually do anything. Crizzen is on the balcony just waiting, and there's just so many AVANGAR players here. When does Crizzen pounce? Just now, they've kind of realized it, but still 2 players in the site, and Jane with the AWP is going to do work. Nice adjustment and recovery to find Edward as well. He's got 3 kills in the round so far, and Electronic has the bomb, but he's got nowhere to go.
I've got to say, we've hit some absolutely great AWP shots here from James. It's just connecting very well with that rifle. And Electronic he wants just a little bit of a gift, just a tiny gift here. If he can have that, he'd be happy. James with the jump, not going to be able to do anything there. He's a little bit aggressive, and Electronic sees it. They don't realize he's in the pit. That's going to be a headshot now. Does he realize there's a second guy here? He does not, and I think that's going to be the end of him. So, nice attempt. Good try hiding the pit, but not enough. My god, AVANGAR now up at 12-12, tying up the scoreline yet again, and this is looking really interesting.
Demasek was just so patient inside that bomb site. He was just sitting there the entire time. I guess we kind of have to tell him now.
Zeus tried 3 times to write pause without succeeding.
So Edward just did it for him.
Eventually, Edward did it.
He spelled it with a 0, and then he spelled it with a plus, and then he just said PA, and then Edward was just like, I got you.
Listen.
Don't worry, mate. So that's the last time out, I believe, from Na'Vi. They took 2 in the first 5 rounds of the first half. We kind of questioned it then. Obviously, it makes sense in retrospect with some of the struggles they had on that side of the map. I think they took a 3rd later on in that half, towards the end, and now this is their 4th and final. So
big thanks to NVIDIA, the graphics platform, obviously, for Starladder and keeping us all comfortable, keeping the FPS up and everything else. We appreciate it, the help. Now, Double AWP has worked out pretty well. I think I could be making this up, but I seem to think that one of the things that was a little bit of a letdown in the major tournament for James was that he wasn't always that consistent, and I feel like that's actually improved now. Like it's much better at this point, so that's interesting.
Oh, there's the push from the CT side. Buster holding the angle. That smoke is gonna make it difficult. So is the flashbang. The AWP timing isn't there. Zeus kind of knowing what he's going up against. Not a lot of utility, though. There's plenty of chances for AVANGAR in this round to recover, as all Na'Vi has is smokes. They have 4 of them. And they're lining up for a hit towards A. Zeus at the base of Banana. He's got low HP. I imagine he just watches the flank, and it's a lot of CZADs as well. Not the strongest weapons. James, you just talked about him. This is his chance. He's got the leg shot. Now he's stuck, and he's got no backup, and this is so difficult a situation for him. They're getting ever closer. He's bought time, but Simple just jumps around the corner.
Good shot from Simple. I'm kind of surprised that Demasik didn't try and just sort of like help out just in time. A little bit of a shame, and I didn't even get a chance to no-scope it, did he?
No, but this is a I mean, it was jumping, flying shot from Simple. This is a sick rotation. They have it. They have the read. Demasik, though, he's going to go all the way around towards Coffins. There's not going to be a smoke here. He'll have a chance. There's an easy wipeout. That's the bomb down. 30 seconds on the clock, and they can hold this.
The follow-up Molotov is actually devastating. Now they're sort of funneled in a little bit closer. Got to be careful about that Molotov. Buster getting one more kill. Oh, no! A team kill in the middle of it, and Zeus picking up the other one. What an absolute catastrophe. Now it's Electronic taking down Krisen. You've got your arms behind your head, Moses. Not looking happy at all.
I just feel bad. That's such a disaster. Miscommunication, not knowing who's going to take the wide swing. That's a good initial kill on the Molotov, obviously, with the delay, but you could see that TK building. You could see it coming for about 2 seconds before it actually did occur. That's so unfortunate because they had such a good read. Even though Demasik couldn't get there in time to kind of save his teammate and Cubby, the immediate peek and the immediate call out, they're going to the B bomb site, was perfect. They got there with plenty of time to save that round.
Well, I think Edward is about to be in a fair bit of trouble here. The AK, pretty good job actually, getting the damage in. Electronic gonna follow it up. That could have been much worse.
Well, if there was a flashbang Anders, we talked about it yesterday. Ooh, nicely done. This guy got a 1-on-2. Even though he doesn't have armor, can he get the AK-47? Where'd it go? Oh, I think that's kind of the thing that's going to end him also. Zeus slowly creeping and one wrapping. Simple was coming from the same spot anyway, so maybe not necessarily the most winnable 1-on-2 for him, but a nice attempt.
What an impressive pistol skill from Demasik in that round. These AVANGAR players are just fun to watch, aren't they?
They're very individually talented.
Yeah.
Demasik had that phenomenal first map. He's 17 and 18 on this one. Krisen 18 and 19, and then Buster 18 and 17. Well, they've got to win. This time they won't have that double off that kind of helped them get a bit of a streak. They're going to push again. Zeus in the same spot. He's going to find that kill in Electronic with the other one just spraying through the smoke. Knows the angle for along that wall. Nice coordination from Na'Vi, and Zeus going to keep up the pace. He's just going to swing out wide, expose himself to the other angle, and James is going to be patient. Trigger discipline. He wants more than just one, but it's the Famas.
That's one hell of a turnaround for Simple. I think the fact that Zeus went down to the other side actually tricked them into not checking the sandbags.
Yes.
That could have worked out great for AVANGAR, but that's a nice turnaround for Simple as well. And obviously with the FAMAS in the corner, obviously not the greatest weapon to spray down a lot of people. So it feels like AVANGAR are just struggling a bit more than we'd like on the CT side, and that could cost them the series. They could be out of the tournament.
When they go through this demo, I mean, the big thing they're going to have to get a grasp on is rotations and that communication and kind of, you know, they got beat up so hard early on in the CT half by a couple missed rotations of trying to find the advantage towards one of the bomb sites, and eventually they're going to have to. You have to either decide, like, you know, from a philosophical standpoint, do you blindly want to cheat the rotation like they have twice in this game, or do you wait until you have some kind of information to go off of? And also, I mean, if you don't have confidence in your initial hold at each one of the bomb sites, you know, the 3 players that are at A or the 2 players that are at B, if you're not going to have confidence in them, then you need to switch things up. You have to be able to hold one of those bomb sites with just, you know, the standard 2-3, you know, setup. You're not always going to be able to cheat that extra player over at the right moment.
Well, they have been doing that a lot, and then their answer to not doing that is to push very aggressively down at the bottom of Banana, and that's been failing a couple of times as well.
Yes. This is a different looking Na'Vi as well. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's smiling. Someone told a joke.
I hope so. I don't feel like Na'Vi should be laughing coming out of this game. Like there's been so many mistakes that I've seen that make me wonder what the hell is going on. Especially on that CT side.
Yeah, the CT side was a bit ugly. But, I mean, remember, we'll just go back to, we'll harp that point, because it is kind of that regional matchup that we all know sometimes gets a little bit tricky for all teams involved. You know, the Danish scene, as you well know, has always had some fun with those kind of regional matchups.
Yes.
Same with the North American side, same with pretty much every single one. Smoke going to be down in mid. AVANGAR, obviously, last chance. Na'Vi has 3 map points, and AVANGAR is just fully invested into every single round from here on out, and it's tough for them to scrap together something that they can fight with here. UMP, CZ on Jame. 2 UMPs, actually, and then Famas. Not the best buy in the world.
Flashbang to get the push out of Boiler Room ready. A lot of grenades being used in the middle here from AVANGAR pretty early on, just to try and delay that take off top mid. Seems like eventually they will have made the way around the corner. Just checking Arch. Demasik is there. Zeus is there. Trying to take a bit of a fight. And actually the UMP is going to come out on top. Not going to be happy about that, is he? And they're rotating back. Is he just going to look here, or is he actually going to try and wait? Because if they wait for Edward right now, he can make his way all the way through.
I think they have to wait for him. That, or he's telling them that he has such a good position they can actually fall back towards A. And I mean, remember, the Kaikert is that 3rd player that's cheated over. If he kind of stumbles back into Edward's arms, that would be a huge kill to get on that closest player. But actually, Edward coming through library, this can be brutal. Demasik is inside the bomb site. He's crouched in the corner. They got Krizen in the pit. It's all on Edward. They just needs that 1 kill to open things up, because the rest of AVANGAR is now pushing out of the B bomb site. He doesn't clear the bomb site, but he does react. He reacts perfectly, and it's Krizen, who's got so many different targets, so many angles to check, and they're going to clear him out. Flashbang stringing in. The bomb is being planted.
Yeah, huge round set up right now. Trying to get to 1. Could have maybe got 1 more, but Krizen and Jame coming back in. There's Flamey and Edward with the return, and now it's Buster. 1 versus 2 to try and hold on to their tournament life here. Grenade going to be deep in the pit, trying to see if he could force them out, but smartly Edwards rotated back into the site, and they knew it was in graveyard before, so Buster's not quite sure where is that last player. Picks up another Molotov, but it's not going to help him out that much. I'm not sure he can actually breach this crossfire. He's got no more grenades either. So close for AVANGAR, but not quite. Flamey will take him down, and it's 16-12 as Na'Vi made their way through.
The defensive side spells their doom. 2 rounds at the start from the pistol in the 2nd round, and then 2 rounds later on in the half, but it's surrounded by just dominant offense from Na'Vi. Benefit of a couple awkward rotations. You can see Flamey there, even a little bit of a cringe meme going on, as it does have to feel a little bit of relief.
Yeah, I think they must be very relieved. I mean,
that's not a convincing win in any way.
No, I definitely don't think it is, and I think it was. There were some gifts that they were given at times, and there were some things where you just feel like Na'Vi just didn't find an answer for the longest time in that first half either. So overall, I would say, the real loss is that we don't get to see AVANGAR play more.
I feel like we'll see him again pretty soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I don't know where. I would have to imagine it would be like a major qualifier.
Yeah. You really got to hope that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
An exciting team.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Jame, obviously. You saw some improvement from him. Buster still looked good.
Yeah.
Demasik had a nice series as well. So there's some promising things from that team. And if you're Na'Vi, you have to talk things over tonight. You've got a big game tomorrow. You don't know who you're playing yet, obviously, but we can't have those mental lapses are not going to pan out against the other teams that are qualifying in this tournament. There's some teams in there that'll really make you pay in a big way. Yeah,
you got to expect that might happen. Best of 3, big quarterfinals. You just can't have any of those slowdown moments, and there were just a lot of them, and you couldn't even tell that the team looked weird. It looked like at some points they weren't even really playing, as a team. They were just sort of like individually taking fights and trying to make that work. Yeah,
maybe it's the morning game.
It could
maybe
be.
They got bad sleep.
That will happen to even the best of us.
Yes,
can't really help that, can we?
No. We are just waiting to get an interview. So
where is that guy, Paolo? What is he doing?
Yeah, maybe he slept in as well. Who knows? Next game is going to be NRG versus Renegades.
Ooh.
We're going to be doing that one as well, just so you know. I know you had a kind of a struggle with the scheduling thing.
So.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a super explosive game. I was impressed by NRG yesterday.
Yeah.
And, Renegades are just also a fun team, I think, to watch right now. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a good game.
Should be a good one. Another regional matchup as well. They play each other a lot over in the Pro League and in ECS and everything like that. So, know each other intimately, and we'll hear from that. And then later on in the day, you have what? You have NRG winning that one, I think?
I do have that.
I mean, you are in last place. You have to take some risks here, Anders, unless you just are content with last place. And then we got another cool game later on in the day. North versus Godsent, and your boy's probably going to get knocked out. That'd be rough. Either way, we do have that interview. It's going to be Paula standing by with Navi.
Congratulations, Sasha. You've qualified through to the playoffs, and tomorrow you get a chance to play in the Palace here in Kiev.
Yeah, feels good.
So let's talk about that matchup. Firstly, I wanted to ask you if you were surprised that AVANGAR picked Mirage.
No, we expect this because they won against Liquid yesterday, and Liquid have a good Mirage. So, we knew what maps we're gonna play against them.
Okay, so nothing surprised you in the veto then. And moving into the match, considering it was a CIS derby, when everything was being played out, did anything happen that was unexpected, or was it as you've played them before?
No, they just showed great individual skills, so we lost a lot of rounds because some of their players just go out, kill 2 players, so it was pretty hard with economy, especially if you play for city side.
Yeah, on Inferno, I think economy played a huge role. They got a great start on the T side and potentially could have gone on to win it. It seemed like there was a crucial round near the end there. I can't remember the exact number, but it was 3v5 in your favor. But you guys had low HP, the clock was running down, and it looked like they had the utility to stop you. And then I think it was Demasik accidentally shot his teammate, something like that. If you can remember, can you talk me through that round?
It was on B, right?
Yes.
Their mistake was that they left B side. It's pretty hard to do retake on city side. It was on city for them, right?
Yes.
I don't know. They just should use nades for retake. If they don't have nades, T side have more advantage. So it's really hard to retake. In other situation you should just save, but in this situation, I don't know.
And simple.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. So please continue.
They were 5, right?
Yes. No. I think you guys had a numbers advantage, but they were. You guys had a health advantage. You know what? Simple. We can. This is it. It's fine. We understand. Sometimes it's all a blur after the match. No problem. Now, moving forward, Simple. How would you describe yourself at the moment as a player? Where do you see yourself going in terms of skill? I asked you earlier in the tournament, but it seems like every time you play a match, there's always something new to check out from you.
I think I should practice more. I don't know, more individual. I don't feel like right now I'm on my level, So just want to go back to practice area and play DS match. So I'll be prepared better for tomorrow. It doesn't matter who we're gonna play, SK or Ago or any other team. We'll try hard.
Indeed, and that is exactly what you'll be doing tomorrow, playing in those quarterfinals. Sasha, final words with you.
Thank you everyone for support, and thanks everyone who's just watching Counter-Strike. Doesn't matter who you cheer for, you're watching this game, and I appreciate it.
And I do as well, Sasha. That's a great message. Everybody at home, keep supporting, keep watching. We have 2 more best of 3s to go today and a crazy playoff bracket running through the weekend. But for now, let's head back to our desk and break everything down.